All right, chat. I don't know if my restream thing is working. We'll find out. Because Beast Snow, I see you said something, and it's not coming up. All right, maybe it just didn't like you, Beast Snow. It comes up with mine. Restreamed it over. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna say it just doesn't like Beast now. But welcome to chat. Holy cow, I seem really zoomed in. Maybe I'm always this close. I'm not sure. There we go. Anyway, hopefully everyone's doing well tonight. I'm excited. As you said, 2 nights in a row. I'm excited for that. I'm still tired from last night. Not gonna lie. Still a bit tired from last night, but that's all right. We will get there. So tonight is going to be a little bit different because we're going to be doing Tiny Epic Vikings, where we will doing a little bit, and we're going to learn and play at the same exact time, which should be good, hopefully. Let me do the old whatchamacallit. Instagram. Jeez, this list is really bad at music. I need a new playlist where I stop getting copyright strikes. I don't know if that exists. Let's go put this out there. But hopefully everyone's doing well today. Hopefully things are going well. Live now. We'll do the old link. It's weird that I've memorized the whole like how HTTPS works now. There we go. All right, cool. That is set up. All right. Anyway, so what we're going to be doing is, like I said, kind of going through learning this game. They have a really fun way of learning it, so we're going to kind of go through that process, which should hopefully be cool. Oops. Hey Jay, how's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. That's fine. Me and my son broke out Tiny Epic Defenders last night for the first time in months, and then you're playing it. It's a good time. A lot of people really like it, and this one is the. I actually don't know if they're all designed by the same person, but you know, Vikings at least is designed by Scott Alms, who also has done Warp's Edge. I think that was his game, Warp's Edge, which was pretty good. I really liked Warp's Edge. That was a fun game to play. So I know he's a pretty decent solo designer at the very least. So I'm excited to dive into his stuff and see how that goes. And I always heard that the best one was Dungeons. I want to say Tiny Epic Dungeons. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Everything on the back end is so messed up. There we go. But I always heard that Tiny Epic Dungeons was really good too. But yeah, I never got much into that. Pickle, how's it going? Hopefully you're doing well today. Good to see you in chat. Hopefully you've been doing well. All right, so we need to get our tutorial set up. Holy cow. I think so. Last night we had a lot of issues with YouTube and connectivity. I think the same exact thing is going on. Like stream health wise, it looks fine, but even as I'm watching it on the back or the front end, it looks so rough. Let's see. All right, it's hanging in there for right now. Let's see. Dungeons is good once you get used to all the iconography, but long though. Ugh. Actually, I never even looked how long this is. 30, 60 minutes. Perfect. Defenders is my favorite. What's that? Like medieval based? That sounds very medieval-y. Quick thing, if you're watching on YouTube, do me a huge favor, make sure to hit the like button. That really just helps out getting that stream out there to other people. So I would appreciate it. Hey Andrew, how's it going? Vikings is pretty fun. The fold-out board annoys me though, as it doesn't want to stay flat. This is why I've gotten into like neoprene play mats so much. Is because everything doesn't want to stay flat, and that's so annoying. So I do a lot of neoprene now, which is not great for the wallet. Defenders is fantasy based. Okay, it's fantasy crisis management. Okay, so they're all pretty different, right? Like I have never played a Tiny Epic game ever, so I'm not 100% sure what to expect. Besides that, people seem to really like them. Dwarves and elves and whatnot. All right. Dungeon's quite hard though. I like pirates a lot. Very thematic. All right. Also, welcome. Excuse me. Welcome MQ. Hopefully you're doing well today. Oh, jeez, I keep kicking the box. Keep kicking my Nintendo box. All of them are pretty different. That's cool. At least I have all the co-op ones. That makes sense if you're playing with it with your son and whatnot. But yeah, I didn't realize they have a whole like online playthrough thing. Oh my gosh, focus. There we go. I didn't realize they had like a whole online playthrough thing, which is pretty cool to see. Let's, holy cow. Okay, there we go. It's the meeples. People love meeples. That sounds about right. It is pretty nice. This one, we unboxed it last night, was the deluxe edition, I want to say. And like the components are nice. I don't know how much does Tiny Epic Games cost nowadays? If we went to Game Nerds. Tiny Epic Vikings. So pirates cost like 23 bucks. A lot of them are out of stock. Okay, Vikings you can't find right now. There's zombies, tactics, dinosaurs, kingdoms. Holy cow, there's so many. Alright, so they're all like 20 some bucks. So that's not bad. That's pretty reasonable. Learning the icons is the hardest part, but after a few rounds it starts to make sense and flow quickly. Alright, cool. That's good to know. I'm not that I'm nervous to play it, but I do feel like I'm gonna get things wrong consistently. So alright, so what we could do, hold on. Let us, oh, actually, before we get started, I have to shout out a few people really quick. All right, shout out to Samuel Leon. I always just call him Leon. Remembering. I guess it's a member again. The remembering. On YouTube, I appreciate it at the badges emotes tier. Thank you very much. Jamie Crowley has done the same. Has renewed their membership on YouTube. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Chris Lamb continues his 8-month streak as a woodworking professional over on YouTube. So thank you very much, Chris. I appreciate it. Shiloh just resubbed or remembered. They need to call it something better. Remembered for badges and emotes over on YouTube. I appreciate it. And Nelson All Over also continues his streak for 8 months. I appreciate it, Nelson. Thank you very much. Yeah, all right. That's everyone there. Let us pop down to the table. Let's pop down to the table and try this out. Let's see how this goes. So, what we can do... let's pause the music. Oh. Okay. Apparently, I have 2 different music players going on, so that's cool. Okay, so we have our game. Okay. Making sure I wasn't slowing down too much. Then, what we can do... Nope, that's not what we wanted. Where is it? There it is. Let's go. Okay. We have the whole like visualizer thing of like how to play the game. So it has fun music and whatnot, and it's gonna talk to us and it's gonna tell us how to play the game. So that's how we're gonna learn and then play it, hopefully, if everything goes right. Alright, let's play Tiny Epic Vikings. Tap the game logo to start. Alright, let me use this. Hopefully you all can see the screen well enough. If I need to make it bigger or something, just let me know. Okay. I think we're good still. Okay,
In the
cool.
frigid runic isles, the Vikings reign supreme. These determined explorers navigate the icy fjords, build fertile settlements upon rocky crags, and fight for the glory of their clans with blood and steel. Only the gods stand above them, and it is every Viking's dream to serve their deity in the afterlife, Valhalla. Yeah. How many Vikings are seeking glory today? Choose the amount of players.
Just one. One awesome Viking. Let's go.
It. In this game, you will be competing against a simulated player called the Enemy.
Very original. I love it.
The rules for the player will remain mostly the same as in multiplayer games, but the enemy will perform its action differently.
Cool.
Note that this tutorial sometimes refers to players, but as the enemy follows its own set of rules, the term player or players typically refers just to you.
Perfect.
Open up the game box.
Let's do it.
It's time to prepare the game.
Done. So good at it. All right. Game box opened.
You won't need the rule book with this tutorial.
Yeah.
But there is a quick reference guide on the back.
Okay.
So place it face down nearby.
Can do.
Unfold the map board to the center of
God, it's on the bottom.
area, so that the 1 to 3 players side is facing up.
This is very epic music. Alright, there's our player board that mostly stays flat.
This map has islands with 1 or more docks.
Cool.
Connecting the islands are ferry routes, and the spaces between the ferry routes are fjords.
Cool. Actually, I don't think we need this package. That gets over there. I do think we need that, though.
Place 1 rune onto each island on the map, matching its icon, and return unused runes to the box.
Alright. Easy enough. So that one goes there. Okay. Sit flat. Say it's tiny epic music. I gotta say, the production in this is pretty darn good, considering I don't think you have to pay for this or anything. Alright, another F goes down there. We need an N. And we need another N. Alright, so the other ones go back to the box. This one and this one. Alright, easy enough. Hey, Beast Snow, did you check out Aeon Trespassing Kickstarter? I did not. No. Is it part of Aeon's End? No, I didn't check it out at all.
Some of the docks on the islands show a village icon.
Okay.
Place a village on each of the 9 village spots and return the extra ones to the box.
Okay, I could do that. Actually, hold on, let me put it this way so you can see it, I guess. Alright, village, village, village. Village. Village, village. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no. Oh wait, there's the other one. Okay, 9. All right, cool. It does not appear to be related. Ah, okay. Yeah, I definitely haven't looked at it then. I'll have to though. All right, that's everything there.
There is a total of 6 god mats. However, only 3 are used in a game. They are normally selected at random, but for this tutorial, take out Freya, Odin, and Sif.
Odin, Freya, Sif. Okay, can do. Can do.
Place the 3 gods face up into a row above the map.
Okay,
They can be in any order.
I don't have
Return the other 3 to the box.
Okay. So they go up in a row. Done. Take a look and let me know what you think of Discord. Looks like it could be interesting. Is it expensive?
Randomly select a Fury marker for each of the 3 god mats, placing it on the 0 space on its mat's Fury track.
Alright, Fury. I think there's only 3 Fury markers. So I'll do the first one. Where's it go? Right there. Alright, Fury markers. Let's go. So good.
Place the Era mat Raven side up to the right of the god mats. On the other side of the Era mat is the score mat, but it is not needed until the end scoring of the game.
Easy.
Place the Raven marker on the 1 space to show it is Era 1.
Okay. Can do. I'm going to actually move this down here.
Leave space to the left side of the Era mat for 1 favor card.
Can do.
Shuffle the Viking and the favor cards separately.
Okay.
Place the Viking cards into a single face-down deck and place it nearby. Leave space next to the deck for a discard pile.
Alright, let's do this. Shuffle this all up. It's the only bad thing about them not being sleeved. It's hard to shuffle. Alright. Shuffle more, but we have to in a little bit. Okay, cool.
Draw favor cards and place them face up into 2 rows of 4 cards each, 1 on top and 1 below the map board.
What? I don't have room for that. Alright. Let's pull that down a little bit more. So, 4 on the top row, 4 on the bottom row. Okay. One, 2, 3. I swear I shuffled these. Okay. Cool.
Return unused favor cards to the box.
Okay.
There are 4 clan mats, each
Let's
in
go.
different color.
Blue.
Players only ever use 1 side for their game. The other sides that say solo have different enemy clans that are only used in a solo game.
Let's go.
Normally you can play as any color, but for this tutorial take the yellow clan mat and place it face up in front of you.
Sad. Okay. Can do.
Take the tokens matching your mat color. 6 settlers, 4 boats, 2 temples, and 1 score marker.
Okay. Can do.
Additionally, take 1 wood, 1 food, and 1 steel marker.
Can do.
Place the 6 settlers, 3 of your 4 boats, and 2 temples onto their corresponding spots on your clan mat.
Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. And let's see. We gotta do 3 of the boats. Okay. One boat left over. This thing. And these 3 things. We'll go on the 2, I guess. Not a lot of room for them.
Place the wood, food, and steel markers onto the 2 space on the resource track on the bottom of your clan mat.
Alright. Did that.
Let's prepare the enemy player.
Let's do it.
There are 4 different enemy clans to choose from. For this tutorial, take the red clan mat and place it to the table solo side up. It says Volsung clan on the top.
Okay. Can do. Volsung clan. I feel like I need that yellow thing.
Then take the blue clan mat and place it multiplayer side up.
Okay. Can do.
The enemy's game pieces will be red and blue, but in practical terms they are considered to be of the same color. Double stack the enemy's 12 settlers, 6 boats, and 4 temples onto its clan mat. Return the extra 2 boats back into the box.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Alright. So... Oh my gosh, I feel like this is so delicate to like stack everything. Oh, okay. Alright, sounds good.
Place 1 wood, 1 food, and 1 steel marker onto the 0 spaces on the enemy clan mat.
Alright, so they go on the 0. Cool. Can do. Oh, wait. Over there. Okay, never mind. They go down here. Cool.
Return the extra tokens to the box.
Okay. Easy.
Take the 3 runes from the islands that don't touch the edges of the map. Shake them and pick one at random.
Alright. Shake them. Pick one at random. The pink one.
Place the picked rune next to the enemy's clan mat. This means the enemy has the control over this island.
Oh no. Actually, let's just pick the same one as the demo, just so we don't mess this up too much.
Because the rune now has a new owner, raise the respective god's fury by 1.
Alright, so it's up on F. I guess we should have done the same thing as those, but whatever. We'll just do it up one by one in there.
Place the other 2 runes back to their respective islands.
Okay, easy enough.
The central fjord with the whale tail is connected to the island the enemy controls by 2 docks. Place the chieftain boat onto the leftmost dock.
The central fjord with the whale tail is connected to the island that the enemy controls by 2 docks. I don't understand what that means, but okay, sure. Because he's just an F? So you just pick the left one? Is that what it's telling me?
Place the 2 leftmost settlers from the enemy's mat to the island the enemy controls.
Okay. Easy.
Enemy setup completed.
Yay!
Normally you can freely choose the starting fjord for your boat, as long as it's one that touches an edge of the map. However, for this time, choose either of these 2 fjords, and place your boat there. Perhaps choose the one further away from the enemy.
Okay. Perhaps I shall. I'll pick down here in this little whirlpool thing.
Setup completed.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, I put the
In
one up
Tiny
here.
Epic Vikings, players compete for the most valuable runes. At the end of the game, runes are converted into victory points. The
Cool.
winner is the one with the most victory points. The game will be played in 3 eras,
Sweet.
indicated by the Raven marker. During each era, players will take turns playing cards from their hands, 1 card per turn. The era ends when all players are out of cards. In
Okay.
the first era, each player will get 4 turns, and 5 turns in the second era, and 6 turns in the third.
Go.
The end scoring will be done after the third era. Normally, an era starts by each player drafting their hands card by card. However, in order to get started sooner, each player will get a predetermined hand.
Good thing I shuffled this
Find
thing.
these 4 cards from the Viking card deck. Gorm, Signe, Ursa, and Gro.
Alright, wait. Grow? That was 1. So, Gorm, Yersei, Signa. Signa? Alright, so now I'm just looking for Yersei and Gorm. Yersei? Now Gorm. There's Gorm. Okay, cool. Got it.
These 4 cards will be your hand for the first era. Place them face down in front of you.
Can do.
Then, find Astrid, Njal,
Ugh.
Vol, and Björn.
Okay. Bjorn, Bo, Nassau, Astrid. Alright, Astrid. Bjorn, Bo, and Nassau. Astra? Oh yeah. There's Bo. There's Bjorn. And I'm missing... Oh, there he is. Astro. Okay, cool.
Let's build the enemy's deck. Deal 7 cards from the deck face down. Then add onto the top first Björn, then Njal, then Vol, and finally Astrid to the top.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then they get Bjorn, Neja, or no. Yeah, Bjorn, Neja, Bo, Astrid. Okay, cool.
Yellow player, you start.
Let's go!
Once you have finished your turn, the enemy will take 1 or more actions based on the Viking card it will play. Each era, you and the enemy will take alternating turns, with you always going first.
Sweet.
In your hand are 4 Viking cards.
That there is.
Each card has an active rune symbol, battle strength, leader action, and a rune action.
Cool.
For your first card, let's go with the one that has the sail a boat leader action.
Yes.
You can recognize it by this symbol.
That's what I was planning to do anyway.
Place the
so it works
card
out.
on the table in front of you, so that everyone can see it.
Alright, it's just me, but sure.
This is a good time to note that examples shown in this tutorial will not match your actual game situation. Just follow the instructions and apply them to your ongoing game. Tap
we'll
the
figure it
Sail a
out.
Boat button, and let's learn how the action works.
Okay.
Now that a card has been played face up, we first look at the card's leader action. The Sail a Boat action allows you to move 1 of your ships on the map. The number indicates how many moves you are allowed to perform.
So 3.
Ships
Perfect.
can move between adjacent fjords, from fjord to an adjacent dock, and from dock to either adjacent fjord. Each of these counts as 1 movement, but you don't have to use all of the allowed movements.
Hold on, wait. Ships can move between adjacent fjords, from fjord to an adjacent dock, and from a dock to either an adjacent fjord. Okay.
Each dock can only host 1 normal boat. If you move into a dock that has an enemy boat in it, it will be bumped off and returned to the enemy's mat.
Okay.
Note that you cannot sail into the dock where the chieftain boat is. Soon you can decide where to sail your boat. it's a good idea to start gaining control of the islands and raid some villages while you're at it.
I like that.
Choose a dock with a village you can reach and sail your boat there. If you're not sure where to go, sail your boat to one of these docks.
Alright, so let's go to the dock down here then, right? We'll go to the one right down there.
When you move into a dock, you can deploy some settlers. Deploying a settler costs 1 food per settler, and you cannot deploy more than the number indicated on the sail a boat action. In the beginning of the game, you have 2 food, so you can deploy up to 2 settlers. Deploying 2 settlers costs more, but it will give you stronger control of the island. Deploying 1 settler gives you control, but it's easier to lose it to other players. Do you want to deploy 1 or 2 settlers?
Andrew, strange and tutorial have you selecting specific cards for your hand and the AI hands instead of you just having to draft cards like you normally would do. Yeah, and I guess it's to show it off better, but then they're just giving you generic examples too, which is kind of weird. So I don't really know. All right. So do we get to keep the house? Like when I got bumped off, this house I got bumped off. Do I get to keep it? I don't know what I would do with it, but do I get it? And I'm going to just do 1 settler there. So it's going to cost 1 food.
Settler it is. Pay a food and deploy any 1 settler from your clan mat to the island.
All right, cool. Done. Easy. Such a great Viking.
You now have boots on the ground.
Let's go.
This
Boots on the ground.
This is a case whenever you have at least 1 settler or a temple on an island. A player cannot control an island without having boots on the ground. In the case where there are multiple players present on an island, the control is determined by who has the highest influence.
Okay.
Each settler provides 1 influence, each boat at a dock 2 influence,
Okay.
and each temple 4 influence.
Okay.
These are also listed on the clan mat.
Okay.
Note that a boat in a fjord does not provide any influence.
Sad, but okay.
Players can have as many settlers on an island as they have available. Number of boats is limited to the number of docks, and each player can only have 1 temple per island. With boots on the ground and no other players present, you control this island.
Yo, let's go.
Take the island rune and place it next to your player mat.
Sweet. Also, really quick, Maginivi. Oh, thank you for subbing with your Prime sub. I really appreciate it. That really helps out the channel. So thank you very much for doing that. Honestly, means a lot. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so we own the room.
You take an island rune. No matter if you acquired it from the island or stole control from a player, the god's fury increases.
All right, Sif
Locate
is
the matching god
angrier.
to the rune you just took, and increase the fury token on the fury track by 1.
Okay.
Finally, as you are at a dock with a village, you can raid it.
Ooh.
Raiding villages costs steel, and it becomes more expensive on later eras. Raiding is not a mandatory action, but it's a great idea to raid villages early on in the game.
So you should do
let's
it.
do it.
Let's
Pay
do
the
it.
era's raid cost. 1
We'll
steel
do.
in this case. Then take
Okay.
the village token and place it next to your clan mat.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think I went to the wrong spot in the boat. That's why I was so confused. All right, so I rated it. I take it now. We're good. That's why I was confused in my little map, because I put the boat in the wrong spot. Let me just see something really fast. Let's do... Oops. There you go. Now you all can see the map a bit better. Shoot. Hold on. All right, there we go. Share map to gain different rewards.
Congratulations! You have now learned how to sail a boat. At this
Such a
moment,
good
you now
sailor.
have 2 active runes. The Viking card you played provides you 1, and you got another one from controlling an island.
Cool.
The action listed below the leader action is a rune action, and each one has a requirement. You can only perform the rune action if at this moment you possess the required active runes.
I do not.
In order to keep the game going on, the rune actions shall be ignored for this first round, even if you currently would possess the required runes.
I do
Finally,
not, so that works out.
Before the end of your turn, you are allowed to dedicate your village. However, let's skip that for now and get back to it once we have learned all the actions that can be done with them.
I want to dedicate my village.
Each turn has these 3 steps: resolving a battle if one has been started, then playing a card and performing its actions, and finally, dedicating a village. Optional. It's time for the next player's turn.
Alright, so you just play a card. Interesting.
It's the enemy's turn.
Yeah, enemy.
The enemy's focus will always be on the island where the chieftain boat is currently docked.
Okay. Makes sense.
Reveal the top card from the enemy's hand and place it face up onto the enemy's row.
Oh, it's Astrid. How do they know?
This card should show Astrid with sail a boat as the leader action.
It
If
does.
it doesn't, then find it and place it here as the first card played by the enemy.
Okay, cool.
The enemy plays its leader actions differently. Enemy sails a boat.
Sails a boat.
The chieftain boat will only travel between docks, either by following the shoreline or along a ferry route. To be clear, the chieftain boat can never be moved into a fjord. It's always at a dock. Look
Okay.
at the rune on the Viking card. The closest island with this rune will be the enemy's target.
Alright, so it's coming down to me. I don't like that.
If the enemy's boat is already on such an island, then it will target the other island with the matching rune.
Okay.
The enemy will travel towards its target along the shortest possible route.
Makes sense. Cool.
If there is a shortest route for 2 possible islands, then it will choose the island where it has the least total influence.
Okay. Makes sense.
If still a tie, then the player decides which island the enemy heads towards.
Okay. Simple enough.
The amount of steps the enemy will sail is the amount on the leader action, plus the amount on the enemy's clan mat.
5 steps.
However, the enemy will stop sailing as soon as it reaches the target island.
Alright, so it's definitely going down
If
here.
the chieftain boat ever passes through or stops at a dock with your boat on it, you must immediately undock your boat by moving it to either adjacent fjord. However, its own boats are not undocked if it passes them or stops at them. This
Makes sense.
means the chieftain boat can occupy a dock together with another one of its boats. If the chieftain boat ever passes a village, it immediately raids it without needing to pay steel. In this case, the village is placed next to the enemy's clan mat.
That's so quick.
Now, figure out the route and move the chieftain boat step by step towards its destination.
Alright, so it's just going to go there.
Remember to undock if your boat is met along the way, and collect villages if it reaches them.
So it's good there.
Once the enemy has stopped sailing, it will deploy settlers.
Ooh,
The
okay.
enemy deploys settlers to whichever island it ended its sailing on, no matter if it reached the target island or not. The enemy will deploy as many settlers as defined on the leader action. Settlers will come from the enemy's mat. If there are not enough settlers available, then they are taken from an island where the enemy has the most settlers.
Okay.
If there are multiple such islands, the settlers will come from the island where the player has the least influence.
Okay.
If still tied, the player decides which of these islands it takes the settlers from.
Okay.
The
Simple
same
enough.
process is followed whenever the enemy is adding settlers to the map. Now, deploy the amount of enemy settlers as defined on the enemy's leader action.
Oh no, he has 2. That's more than us now.
As we haven't yet learned about dedicating villages, let's skip this action for the enemy as well.
Yeah,
We'll
good.
get to this later. After adding settlers to an island, the enemy now has boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
For the enemy, the influence is calculated the same way as for the player, with the addition that the chieftain boat provides 2 influence, as any other boat. If the enemy now has the most influence, Give the enemy the island's rune.
Oh no, so he has the N one now. So that raises that, right?
Increase the related god's fury by 1.
Alright, see, I'm learning this game, man.
If you have any settlers on the island, and the enemy now has more, then return one of your settlers to your clan mat.
Oh no, our one guy, our poor Viking.
Enemy leader action completed.
Alright, cool.
After performing the leader action, if the enemy has the required active runes, it performs the rune action.
They do not.
If the rune action is if the rune action is one of the 4 leader actions, then the enemy will perform it according to its usual manner.
Okay.
If the rune action is any other, then the enemy will perform the corresponding rune action listed on the enemy clan mat. Note that the rune action the enemy performs in this case is not the Viking card's rune, but the one defined on the card's rune action. Active runes required for the action can come from the enemy's island runes and Viking cards in both its leader row and battle row. Perform the enemy's rune action. This is only performed if the enemy has the necessary active runes.
Wow, okay, I feel like they just went over a lot really fast right there. Like, they were going so slow and nice, and I just feel like I got a ton of information there. And also, welcome back, Beast Now. Alright, so... Hold on.
Active. Note that if the rune action is any other, if the rune action, after performing the leader action, if the enemy has the required active runes, it performs the rune action.
Okay, it does not.
If the rune action is one of the 4 leader actions,
It is not.
then the enemy will perform it according to its usual manner. If the rune action is any other, then the enemy will perform the corresponding rune action listed on the enemy clan mat.
Okay, which it is.
Note that the rune action the enemy performs in this case is not the Viking card's rune, but the one defined on the card's rune action.
That was
runes
weird, but
required for
okay.
the action can come from the enemy's. Note that the rune action.
Note that the rune action the enemy performs in this case is not the Viking's card's rune, but the one defined on the card's rune action. That is a very confusing sentence. The rune action the enemy performs in this case is not the Viking card's rune. I assume this is what they mean by the Viking card's rune. Find the card's rune action. Okay.
Action the enemy performs in this case is not the Viking card's rune, but the one defined on the card's rune action. Active runes required for the action can come from the enemy's island runes and Viking cards in both its leader row and battle row.
Okay.
Perform the enemy's rune action. This is only performed if the enemy has the necessary active runes.
The Viking card is N. Right, the Viking card is N, but the rune is... Wait. Oh yeah, it's a C, but we got an N. But we would do the action on this card then, right? Because he has an N, and that's what I was saying with this whole thing. I thought. So we would do N, right? What happens if I click N?
The enemy gains resources.
Yeah, okay.
Add 1 wood, 1 food, and 2 steel one by one, and perform the resource actions. Tap the buttons for help. Listed on each resource track are special actions that trigger when the marker lands on or passes them. If multiple actions will be triggered on the same turn, they are resolved one by one in order from top to bottom and left to right. For example, if the enemy would perform a harvest action 4 in the situation shown here, it would first add 1 wood and immediately perform the Move Chieftain Boat action. Next, it would add 1 food and perform the Add 1 Settler action. Then it would add 1 steel without triggering an action.
Okay.
And continue from the top row again by adding 1 wood and performing the Increase God's Fury action. Finally, because the enemy has revealed an additional food resource, it adds 1 food and performs another Increase God's Fury action.
Okay.
If the enemy's resource track gets the last space, then the action is performed, and after that, this track is ignored for the rest of the enemy's turn. Then, at the end of the enemy's turn, two things happen.
Oh
First,
boy.
the enemy's resource markers on the last spaces are returned to the 0 space. Second, you must lose one resource for each track that was reset. If you already have 0, then nothing happens.
Okay.
Add the enemy resources one by one. Use the buttons for action walkthroughs.
I was gonna
and tap
show it.
done
Okay.
to continue.
All right. So the first one is this move a chieftain one. Oh wait, no, chieftain the boat. Yeah, chieftain the boat.
With this action, the chieftain boat moves to the nearest dock where you have a boat.
Oh no.
Your boat is then moved to either adjacent fjord. If you have no docked boats, then this action is ignored.
I'm gonna put my boat
Move the
there.
chieftain boat to your closest boat.
All right. So we did that. He knocked us. Let me zoom in on that. He knocked us out. So we're gonna move up there now. So we are done with that.
Add the enemy resources one by one. Use the buttons for action walkthroughs and tap done.
And then we
With
increase
Increase
Fury.
God's Fury action, the enemy will choose the god based on which island runes it has the most of. If the enemy has a tied amount for most, then each god's fury is increased by 1.
All right. So N and
If
F.
the enemy has no island runes, then this action is ignored. Check which
And
island runes the enemy has the most of,
F.
and add that god's fury.
All right. Cool. Easy.
Add the enemy resource.
We're
The
done with
enemy
that.
gains resources. Add 1 wood, 1 food, and 2 steel one by one, and perform the resource actions.
Okay, we're done.
Enemy rune action completed.
Let's go. Crushing it now.
Enemy turn completed. Tap to continue if there are still enemy actions to be performed.
No, there's not. Enter.
Are any of the enemy's resource tracks at the last space?
They are not.
Time for round 2.
Let's go.
It's
Isn't there
time
only-
to harvest. This time you'll
Oh.
play the card with the harvest leader action indicated by this symbol.
Wait, what? Oh no, it's a harvest one. Okay, that's what it's telling us. All right, so we're good. So I guess Gorm just stays there. We don't do anything with Gorm, or do we like put him out there? Doesn't really say what to do. Also, let me just double check something right. And we keep doing actions till we run out of cards, I believe.
Yellow player, feel
Feel
the
the fury. Let's go.
Play the harvest card onto your previously played card so that the
okay.
rune symbols remain visible. This means that with each additional card you gain more active runes. This will be your row of played cards.
Okay.
The harvest action will provide you the number of resources seen next to the harvest symbol. You can freely choose which resources between food, wood, and steel to take. Food is required for deploying settlers. Wood is required for building more boats and temples. And steel is required for raiding villages and sometimes battles.
Okay.
Choose which resources to take and add them onto your clan mat. If not sure, take steel and food in an alternating manner until you have taken the amount allowed.
Alright, so choose which ones we want. I'm going to take 2 wood and 1 of the other ones.
You can have a maximum of 7 of each resource.
Card rune is now part of the rune total. Okay.
Later on in the game, each additional boat you have built also produces 1 additional food every time you perform a harvest action.
Okay.
Similarly, each built temple produces 1 resource of your choice during a harvest action.
Cool.
This action is called Collect Resources. It simply allows you to collect the stated amount of resources.
Makes sense.
Sometimes the amount is stated directly, like 2 food on this card.
Okay.
Sometimes the amount might be affected by the amount of your active runes. For example, take as many wood as you have the blue active runes available. Add the indicated amount of food to your clan mat. Let's keep skipping the dedicating a raided village action and move on to the next player.
So wait, does this bottom one trigger? Because do we have an F? Because we have F up there? Is that how that works?
Sometimes the amount is stated direct. Sometimes the amount might be affected by the amount of your active runes. For example, take as many wood as you have the blue active runes available. Add the indicator. Let's keep skipping the dedic. It's the enemy's turn.
Yeah, I'm not sure when this bottom half
Which
of the
leader
card.
action is the enemy performing?
It's not performing anything yet. Alright, so that's the one thing I don't understand is that whole next step. Alright, perform room action. Let's look. I need like a layout of what cards are and how it works. Alright, so these are my active runes. And if I have one of these are also let me stop this music. So these are my active runes. If I had these are also active runes, right? That's the general gist. Possess the active rune. Okay. Alright, grant to you if you keep playing the card. Cool. So I would do wheat times N, or food, I guess, times N. So I have 1 N, so I get 1 food. So that goes up to 3. Think that's correct. Okay, that makes sense. That's fine. Alright, so we reveal his next card. It is Bow, which is the builder one.
The enemy uses its build action only for boats. The enemy temples come from its resource actions. Whenever the enemy plays the build action, it does not pay wood. It simply places the leftmost boat onto the chieftain boat's dock. If there's already a boat there, then to the next available dock on the island, going clockwise.
Okay.
If all docks are occupied, then to the closest available dock following the ferry routes in a similar fashion to the sailing of the chieftain boat. Build a boat for the enemy.
Alright, so we popped a boat out there. Good to go.
Enemy leader action completed.
Sweet.
Perform the enemy's rune action. This is only performed if the enemy has the necessary active runes.
So he does. It's an F. So he boats 2 times, right? He moves 2 times. Now his whole thing of his targeting is something I don't remember. That's right. We can look it up really fast. So enemy sailboat. The enemy targets the closest island that matches the rune on the played Viking card. So it was an N. So he's already at an N. Boats on the match rune. It will target the island. All right. So it'll target the other N. So that's where he's going to go to. So he gets to move. What was it? It was something crazy like 4 or 5. Oh, it's just 3. Right? Because he has a 3 on here, but he doesn't get. Oh, no. 5. It's 5. Never mind. It says 3, 4, 5 on here. So he boats 1, 2, 3, 4. Collects that. I don't remember what he does with that. 5. I think he just gets the building. Alright. I think he picked up. Small box. There's a lot of stuff on that table. There really is. There really is. It's kind of impressive. Oh, he would dedicate the village, but we don't know what that means yet. We haven't learned that. Alright. So, rune action, I guess, was an F.
Undock all your boats. Undock all your boats. Move all your docked boats to an adjacent fjord. Perform the enemy's rune action. This is only performed if the enemy has... Perform the enemy's sail a boat action. Remember to raid villages and undock your boats when it meets them. Deploy settlers once it stops, dedicate villages, and finally check island control.
That's right. So he has to sail?
The chieftain boat will only travel between... Look at the rune on the Viking.
Yeah, he does that whole thing. Okay.
If the amount of... However, if now...
I remember all that. What was
deployed?
deployed?
Once the enemy has stopped sailing, it will deploy settlers. The enemy deploys settlers to whichever island it ended its sailing on.
Okay,
no
so it
matter
goes
if
here.
It reached the target island or not. The enemy will deploy as many settlers as defined on the leader action.
Okay.
Settlers will come from the enemy's mat.
Okay.
If there are not enough settlers available, then they are taken from an island where the enemy has...
Okay, we don't care.
If still... Now, perform the enemy's sail after adding settlers to an island. The enemy now has boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
For the enemy, the influence is calculated the same way as for the player, with the addition that the chieftain boat provides 2 influence. If the enemy now has the most influence,
so he gets
give
this
the enemy
token,
the island's rune,
which makes this go up by 1. You can't really see it there, but so that's up by 1 more up there.
And if you have any settlers on the island, and the enemy now has more, perform the enemy's sail a boat action.
All right, we haven't learned dedicate yet, so we're not going to do that.
Enemy rune action completed.
Okay.
Enemy turn completed. Tap to continue if there are still enemy actions to be performed.
I don't think so. No, I think there is with something with this card. I feel like I'm missing something there. I kind of forget why, like, he does one versus the other. Oh, wait, because he did one, he doesn't do this? Is that how that works? As a reactive room, it performs... If it cannot instead performs... Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is only if it can't do one of those. Okay, cool.
Are any of the enemy's resource tracks?
No.
The second round is completed.
Let's go, second round.
Before we start the third round, let's learn some more critical Viking skills. Build and battle. Okay. Build is the 4th possible leader action. With it, you can build a boat or a temple.
Okay.
You can see the cost for each on the clan mat. You can build them in any order, though it might make the most sense to start with the cheaper ones.
Don't tell me what to do.
When you build a boat, you will first pay the required wood. You will then place the boat from the clan mat to any fjord next to an island where you have influence. In other words, where you have at least a settler, another boat, or a temple.
Easy enough. Okay.
You can build a temple to any island where you have at least one settler, and you don't yet have a temple on that island. You can also build a temple to an island that already has another player's temple on it.
You can also build a temple to an island that already has another player's island on it.
Note that some Viking cards have a rune action that will allow you to move a temple along a ferry route to an adjacent island. Next, let's learn how to battle.
Let's do it.
Battles are performed separately from the map, and it's the only way to earn favor cards.
Okay.
Among island runes, favor cards will earn you points at the end of the game.
Okay.
Battles are initiated by playing the Viking card face down. This is so that the other players don't know what the battle strength on the card is. This is considered to be the player's play for that turn. The player cannot use their leader or rune actions. The only other possible action is dedicating a village. Whenever a player initiates a battle, they also choose a favor card to battle over. The winner of the battle will get the favor card.
Okay.
All other players can then use their turn to join that battle by also playing their card face down. In the solo game, the battle is resolved as soon as you initiate one. If the enemy initiates the battle, then you can join it on your turn. In any case, it's then immediately resolved. If no one else joins the battle, then the one who initiated it will battle against the top card drawn from the Viking card deck. Some Viking cards simply show the strength. while on others the strength might depend on the amount of active runes or available resources.
Okay.
Some battle cards indicate a cost. For example, for this strength the player would need to pay a cost of 2 steel when the battle is resolved.
Oh no. I have one where I have to
If
pay
a player
3.
decides to play this card, what would the strength of the card be when the battle is resolved? Note that the rune on the battle card will also be included in the player's active runes.
Alright, so this one counts, this one counts, this one counts. So it's 3, 3, so that's 9?
9 is correct.
Yeah, let's go
3
math.
times the amount of the active Nature's Fury runes. Note that the player will also need to have 1 steel available to be able to pay for the battle.
Okay.
If the player is unable to meet the cost, then they simply can't participate in the battle and are not considered to be part of it.
That's sad.
You have now learned 2 new actions, Build and Battle.
Okay.
Yellow player, Field,
Field of Fury.
You have 2 cards left for this round. As leader actions, they have a Build or Explore with a Settler available.
I don't have a settler.
However, let's initiate a battle.
I
Before you play your
can't.
card, let's learn the Dedicating a Village action.
Okay, that's probably
After
good.
you have played your card, you can dedicate one of your raided villages as the last step of your turn. This is done by placing the token to the village action and then performing it. You can see the available actions on the Aeromat and on the God Mats.
Okay.
Dedicating a village on a God Mat increases that God's Fury by 2. On the Aeromat, you have the same 4 different actions available as the possible leader actions. This symbol means that each of the village actions can only be performed for the amount of times that there are players in the game. After that, the village action is no longer available.
Okay.
When playing solo, a battle is resolved immediately after a player initiates one.
Okay.
Therefore, to join the battle, you need to have the amount of steel needed before playing a card
don't.
with a steel cost.
I don't.
Initiate a battle.
It's not
Choose a
gonna
card
work
from
well.
your hand you want to go to battle with, and play it face down onto your row.
I can't afford
Note
it.
that in order to take part in the battle, you need to be able to pay the steel cost.
I have a 3. I only have 2 steel.
Next, you will need to choose which favor card this battle will be for. Each favor card shows a passive rune on top. These won't count as active runes during the game, but will provide score points at the end of the game. The bottom of the card shows an instant bonus that the winner of the battle will receive. Note that you must choose a card from either end of the favor card rows.
Interesting.
Now choose a favor card and place it onto the Aeromat.
I mean, sure. It's just they're gonna win.
A battle has been initiated.
They're gonna
In
win.
the solo mode, the battle is resolved immediately. Turn the top card from the enemy's deck onto its battle row.
They're still like. Okay. He has a 3.
Now, turn your own battle card face up.
We'll say we did this one. So it's 2 plus F. I have 2F, so that's 4 against his 3. Let's go. I may have cheated a little
If
bit.
your battle card has a steel cost, pay it now and tap forward. If you have a cost but cannot pay, tap the button. The enemy does not need to pay its possible steel cost for the battle.
Loser.
If the enemy's battle strength has a rune modifier, then all cards played by... If the enemy's battle strength has a rune...
Yeah, we
compare
get
the battle
that.
strengths now.
Player
You
wins.
win the battle. Winning player. Take the favor card and add the instant resource
1,
bonus
2.
to your clan mat.
Let's go. Okay.
Then, place the favor card face down on top of your clan mat. You are free to check it at any time, but it's not needed until the end scoring of the game.
There's a lot of stuff here. Okay.
A player can only have a maximum of 3 favor cards. If
Okay.
they receive a 4th one, they will need to discard any one of them so that they will have only 3.
Fair enough.
Enemy lost the battle.
Loser.
Check the enemy's battle cards rune and increase the related God's Fury by 1.
God is not happy about that.
The enemy will not gain a Valhalla boon listed on the god mat. Instead, perform the rune action listed on the enemy clan mat, based on the rune on the enemy's battle card. Tap the buttons for help.
There's a C. So remove one of your settlers from the chieftain boat's island. If there are none, choose any island to remove your settler from. I have no settlers.
One of your settlers from
so
the
joke's on
island
you.
where the chieftain boat is currently docked. If you have no settlers there, then remove one from any other island, if you can.
Yeah, I can't. So
battle has been resolved.
Cool.
Note that if the enemy would happen to initiate a battle on its final turn of an era, the battle will be resolved against the invaders.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
You have now played your card for this turn. If you have any raided villages, would you like to dedicate a village now for an additional action?
I would. I would, yes.
Choose which dedicate a village action you want to perform.
I want to build.
Perform the build action by paying the related cost, and then by adding the boat or temple token from the clan map.
Oh wait, I don't want to
the
build.
map.
No, I want to ship somewhere.
Choose which dedicate a village action.
I want to sail a
Play the
boat.
card with the sail a boat leader action. Dock to a village on an island with an available rune. Deploy 1 or 2 settlers, and remember to pay 1 food for each settler.
Alright,
Take
so
the
we're gonna
island
go.
rune and increase the god's fury. Pay 1 steel and raid the village. Finally, ignore the rest of the possible actions.
Alright, play the card with the sailboat leader action. Oh, I still have to play a card? Oh, I can't do that then. Never mind. I can't do any of that. The only I can have is move somebody.
Choose which village action you want to perform.
I don't
There has
perform
been
any of
an
them.
error. It's possible that the tutorial flow might be broken from... Keep playing.
Alright, so that's a bunch of things. Right? And when does an era officially end? We've kind of learned all the steps now.
Have all players played all their cards? In that
Yeah.
case, keep taking turns until all players are
Okay.
out of cards. End
So I
of
keep
turn.
So I keep going until I
Have all
run out of
players
cards.
Before the end of an era, a possibly initiated battle must be resolved. Do that now if needed.
There is none.
The last phase of each era is the cleanup phase. Discard all Viking cards from your and the enemy's deck and rows onto a face-up discard pile. However, do not discard any possible invader cards.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
Time to start the second era. This time players will get to draft their cards. However, let's quickly look at all the possible leader and rune actions so that you can make sure you should already be familiar. Additionally,
That's
there
fine.
are 6 other possible rune actions. Explore with a temple allows you to move a temple to an adjacent
Hey,
island
Data Dude,
along
how you
the ferry
doing?
route. Smite a set, draw, and
Alright, I'm not
enter
going to
a
worry about all them yet.
draft. Shuffle the Viking cards and deal 6 piles of 3 cards on each. The amount of piles is 1 more than the era's card amount. Pick 1 pile and look at the cards. Choose 1 card to keep for yourself. Repeat this
Oops.
4. Pick 1 pile and look at the card. Repeat this 4 more times so that you have 5 cards for this era. Keep placing the enemy cards to the... Finally, add the remaining 3 cards to the enemy's hand. Shuffle the enemy's hand and place it. In the second era, it's a good idea to start thinking about build. You might also want to start paying attention when
Okay.
it's time to score. Each island rune you have provides 6, 5, or 4, 6 points for the most fury. For example,
Oh,
in this
okay.
case, this
That makes
is
sense.
similar for the passive runes on favor cards, except the values are 5, 4, and 3, as indicated on the era. This tutorial will no longer track the turns. The full game rules are... Once you have finished the era and resolved the final battles, tap the end of the era button to continue this You will always keep playing.
Holy cow. Okay. I think we actually got the idea of the game. I think we're there. So let me bring that down. Let's I think I get the game now. I'll still be off a little bit on turns, but But yeah, so Dad, dude, hopefully you're doing well. JJ, how's it going? New computer room is finally up, electrified, updated, and fully operational. Kind of like the Death Star. That's awesome. All right, so let's put his tokens back. And let's start him back where he was already started before, right? We'll keep kind of most of that stuff the same, except we'll shuffle up the deck. Oh, jeez. We'll shuffle all this up. We'll leave this up here. I have to remember how it started. That's the only downside right now. I don't remember how it started. All right, so he got that room with F, right? Pretty sure. We start everything on a 2. And this shuffles up. I think all these start at 0. This should be somewhere. All right, really quick. Hey, Zion, how's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Just put some background. All right, really quick. So he has this chieftain marker thing. Chieftain marker is not needed. Blah blah. Let me look really fast. I want to go back to the beginning of this. Such a small box, have such a long how-to play video. It is impressive how long this game is and like how much it has going on. Like I don't fully get it still. Okay. So we'll start our boat over here. Right? We're allowed to start our boat. So this is the map of your choice. Yeah, we're going to start way over here, away from all of them. Because I feel like we don't want to be near them. Just want to look. Hold on. Just double checking the rules really fast. Yeah, I think he starts with this F token. All right, interesting. I think we're... Okay. I think we're good there. So I think he gets that. So now we do the drafting thing, which it's one more than the round or whatever that we're doing. So, oh wait, we have to shuffle this card still. Oof. Holy cow. Actually, we could put this one up there. Get some room. So we have to make 5 piles of 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so take the first one. Okay, so these are what our cards look like. I like the sailing action. That seems pretty cool. Seems pretty champ. So we'll take one of those. We place those face down. All right, so next one, we get another 3 cards to draft from. We'll do a building one. I'm just kind of guessing with this. I'm hoping for the best. All right, this one is resources. We'll take resources. And then this one is another resource one. Let's do another build one. Yeah, let's do another build one. All right, cool. So we have to take all of their cards and shuffle them up now. And throw them across the board game state. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 11. Okay. All right. So we're going to put their deck down there in the corner. These are our 4 cards that we have going on here. I think they all start. I think they're all good starting where they are. This is start up there. Put that down a little bit. Okay. I think we did all the drafting, which is fine. Enemy deck. I don't think we have to do anything yet. So I always go first. So I get to play my card first and then do our action thing. So we have a boat. I would like to boat, and I guess away from everyone. I feel like that's where I want to go, like far away from things. And of course, chat, like if I start messing up, please just correct me. Now if we go down there, we can't combo anything. What if we go here to C? That doesn't really help. All right, so first thing we'll do is we'll do the boat, right? So the boat is just a ×3 boat. So we get to move our boat 3 times, but we don't have to go that far. Let me get my thing. So we could just go down here in that area. Now, after we do that, we get to quote unquote put boots on the ground, right, or something like that. So sail a boat, docking the boat. The dock is actually. Do we want to go over to where this village is? You may pay steel to raid it. No, I don't think we want to raid it yet. As soon as you sail on land at the dock, you may pay food to deploy settlers. So we will pay our 1 food. So that's oops, that was wood. Bring that down to 1. Pay our 1 food to deploy 1 settler over there. Do we want to do a second one? Actually, no, let's do 2. Let's do 2 and get 2 settlers over there. So that's down to 2 settlers there. All right, so we're good there. That's pretty exciting. We don't attack anyone else. If you end your turn, you have the option of raiding it. To raid a village, you must pay the steel cost on the era mat. The steel cost is a 1 right now. So if we raid it, we get stuff. Oh no, we're not at a dock of the village. We can't do that. Never mind. All right, so we get that. Right, so now we have control of the island, right? Because we have like all the influence and stuff like that. So we get this little F token thing. F token goes there, which means Fury goes up. So Odin is now mad for reasons. Because we have lots of influence. And then that's it, right? I think that's it. Now it's the enemy's turn, right? So they go, and they have sail action. So they're all about the boat right now. So they are going to sail 3 + 3. And we have to look up what their target is again. Alright, so the closest island that matches the rune on the played Viking card, which is an F. Right, so it's an F rune, so they want to go to an F island. Oh my god, that's mine. They're at one, so they're coming to me. Jeez Louise. So he can go 6. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to displace my ship. Which means I need to move my ship to a different area. We'll move it up here into this area. Alright, so he gets there. That's fine. So after the chieftain boat ends its sail, it then deploys settlers from its clan mound to the current island. It does not pay food to dues, instead deploying number of settlers for the sail action and not counting the additional chieftain sail. For example, for a sail time suite, it would deploy 3 settlers. So it was 3, so it deploys 3 settlers, which is not good because that would be more than us. If there are not enough settlers, it will take more from other places. That's fine. Sail deploy action is completed. So it didn't raid, right? I don't think it would raid. When the enemy raids a village after a sail and deployment action is completed, the enemy. Well, maybe it would. I'm not 100% sure if it would do its raid action right away. When an enemy raids a village after the sail deployment action is completed, the enemy immediately dedicates each such village. It does this one by one, placing them on the 4 dedicated action on the error map, going from top to bottom. It chooses the action that has the least villages and going on, whatever. Well, I guess he didn't. Well, no. Does he raid right away? Let's make sure. I think he does. I think he just raids. So I think he just raids. He gets his little house thing. We're good there. So when an enemy raids a village after the sail and deployment action is completed, the enemy immediately dedicates each such village. It does so one by one, placing the 4 dedicated. Okay, so it will go onto this mat for him, which is the whole move a person to an island. So move one of your settlers to an adjacent island following the ferry route. Let's see. What do we do? Instead of moving settlers between adjacent islands, follow the ferry route connected to the chieftain boat dock and then place 1 settler onto the island. Oh. So it's going to put 1 settler there. All right. Oof. So it did all that. After adding settlers to the island, the enemy now has boots on the ground. The enemy takes control if it has the most influence. He does now. He has 3. So he now gets the F token, which makes this go up by 1. All right. And cool. All right. So we have to remove one of our settlers, put it back on our mat, which is no good. And now it has more influence to you. It seals the rune. Okay. That's easy enough. After performing the leader action, if the enemy has the active rune, it performs the rune action. So it doesn't. It only has an F, right? I have to sneeze. Soon. Maybe not. God, it's right there. Oh, excuse me. Okay, after performing the leader action, if the enemy has the required active runes, it performs the rune action. It can perform any of the 4 main actions: sail, boots in the ground, whatever. It cannot perform any other type of action. Instead, the enemy performs the rune's action list on the enemy clan. Alright, so its active rune is the F, right? That's all it has. So move all your docked boats to an adjacent ford. I don't have one, so I don't have to do anything with that. Pretty sure that's what it works. He didn't get resources, so we don't have to do anything with that. We don't battle. Okay, I think that's it. That's the rough idea. So now we just go back and forth. So now it's my turn. I have no ability to sail anymore, which is bad. I should have had more sailing ability. Because I don't know if I could just build. Can I just build? To build a boat or temple. Oh, I could build a boat. Maybe that's what we should do. Alright, spend wood to either build a boat, moving it from your clan mat to the mat. The wood costs... any region you occupy. Okay, so let's build a boat. Let's do that. So we're going to do the build card. Yeah, let's do a build card. We're going to spend our 2 wood, so we're down to 0, to build a boat adjacent to any area you control. Or region you occupy. Sorry, any region you occupy. So we're just going to go put our boat up there. So we're kind of running out of boat stuff. Alright, then we can't do the thing below it because we don't have enough things. So I'm obviously doing that very poorly. And that's it, I think. Oh, I should have gotten things with more sailing. That's what I've learned from this. Alright, so now the enemy goes. They're going to move 6. He wants to go somewhere else. He's not going to want to go to the same place. On the played Viking. All right, so it's a C. So he's just going to pop up here. Okay, that's where his thing is. He's going to dump 3 Vikings out there. 1, 2, 3. I think he takes this. And he'll move some more. But he's also going to take this C. Move that up. So he's going to move 1, 2. Because he wants to head to the other C. Alright, so then he has to do the bottom action, which is an F. He does have an F. So he gets to move another one of his Viking things over to another map. Holy cow. The enemy gets to do so much stuff. Like, constantly. That's kind of insane. Alright, so he did his rune action thing, right? He's good to go. So now it's my turn. I guess I'll take resources because I can't really do much else. So we get 2 times the resources. So I'll get 1 of each of those. Get that going. And then you get 3 seeds, which I don't have, so I can't do anything with that. Cool. Now the enemy goes. Hey, he gets 3 resources. What's the order in which he gets resources? So the enemy collects the number of resources listed on the action. Move each individual marker forward. It collects 1 resource type at a time of 1 spar, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, what does he collect, though? Hold on. The enemy collects the number of resources listed for the action. Move each... Oh, so he gets 3 of everything? See God enraged, right? Oh yeah. Did I not move that up, or did I? Let me know if I didn't move that up. So he now gets 3 of each resource on that. Oh no. It's 1, 1, 1. Okay. It works from top to bottom. So 1, he gets to move his boat thing. Move the chieftain boat to a dock with your closest boat, and then move your boat to an adjacent ford. There is none. Then ignore this action. Okay, so 1 there and then 1 there. Okay. Whew. He has a sea rune, so he gets to do that. Which is, again, he gets to move a dude to an adjacent place. Okay. That seems strong, but sure. Whatever. After he moves there, though, does he get... If there are not enough settlers. Okay, I think that's fine. I think we're good. Alright, so now my last card is to build, but it can't build. I have no ability to build. And I can't put boots in the ground because none of my ships are in the right spot, which stinks. But what I can do is I assume my rune action still, even though I didn't do the top action. So I do have a C, which means I can move my boat 2 spots, which is what we're going to do. We're going to move this boat up here, then up here. So at least we're there. Then we can spend a food to put one of our dudes there. We now check if we have this. We do. We now have N, which brings N Fury up more. So we're good there. And then I think we're okay. So I'm out of cards. He now goes. He just gets 3 resources. So the first one is a boat that moves up to something else. Let's see what that action is. Move the chieftain boat across its connected ferry route to the dock on the opposite island. All right, so he goes over there. Okay, so he goes there. This goes up by 1, and then this goes up by 1. That's the God's Fury one. Whose island he has the most of? He has the most F, so he brings F up 1. Okay, so F goes up by 1. And then he does his bottom thing, which is F, which means he puts another person over here. All right, so he's got a lot of people. All right, so I'm out of cards now. So I think that's the end of this phase. So that's something, at least, I guess. Hopefully I'm doing that right. So collect all your Viking cards and all the enemy's cards from his leadership and then place them in a discard pile. Okay, so these all just get discarded. And the enemy's unused cards? And any unflipped cards. Place them in the discard pile. Okay, discarded. Cool. And then we just do the same thing again, right? So this goes down to second era. We do 6 piles of 3 cards. So 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay. Cool. I think we're finally getting it. All right. So what I've learned is I want to boat. I want lots of boating. That's what I want. Take this pile. I want more boats. Resources. I like resources. More resources. That's fine. I know my strategy is like out the window right now, but that's all right. And then more boating. All right, and then we shuffle these up. All right, chat. I think we got the hang of the game. I think we got it. Even though we probably messed everything up, but that's okay. We're doing our best. All right, so I want to boat. Do I want to boat? Or we just get a ton of resources. I don't hate that idea either. Wait, he's going to come over to N. Ugh, I don't know if I like that. What if I work my way over somewhere else? 1, 2. All right, now let's do resources first, right? Let's play some resources. So we get to do 4 resources with this one. So we'll take our 4. I want 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I can't do the bottom thing because I don't have the F rune, so we're done there. Enemy card. They also get 4 resources. So 1 does the God's Fury thing. They're on N. So I think that goes up on N if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, no. It'll go by F. Okay. So this is 2. Add 1 settler from the clan mat where the chieftain boat is currently docked. If no settlers the mat, then the settler comes to the island with the most settlers. Okay, so the most settlers is this one. So they move that there. Okay. 3, they get +2 battle. The enemy immediately starts a battle. When resolving it, it also gains additional strength, the number listed in the icon. Oh, God. Okay, so they have to do one more after that. Oh, that's a lot to keep track of. Okay. The enemy can now both start a battle and join one. However, there are some basic rules. Okay, if the enemy wins the battle, gains the favor card. That's fine. We'll figure that out later. All right. If the enemy starts a battle, when the enemy starts a battle, the enemy immediately takes the top card from its pile and places it face down in the battle row. I think that's the battle row. This is the battle row. Then the enemy chooses a favor card. The choice of picking from the top bottom row is based on the location of the chieftain boat. All right, so the boat's in the bottom, so he's going to pick from the bottom. All right, so he's going to pick the rightmost because he's on the rightmost side. So that's what he's going to pick. So if we join it... Oh, I have a guy who can swing. Yo, okay. This guy can swing decently. He's got a 9, which I feel like is pretty good. Or at least good enough. Let's move that up. All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna play that guy's 9. So we flip his card over. It's a 2 times C. So it's 2 times 2 is 4. I have to pay 1 steel thing. So I win. Suck it. So I get the card. They may lose the battle instead of getting the Valhalla boon of its card's god. It performs the card's rune action. Listen. Alright, so I should get this, if I'm not mistaken. So I get a wheat and 2 wood, which is nice. This gets put under here. So now the enemy loses the battle instead of getting Valhalla boon as its guard, whatever. It performs a rune action listed on the enemy clan mat. Okay. Which rune action does it pick? I guess the one that we just did. C? Is a C and an F? Just double check that. All right, so performs the card's rune action. Listen, it's enemy clan mat. So I guess it does C down here. That's what I'm gonna guess. I might be wrong. Remove one of your settlers from the chieftain boat island. I have none. Choose any island to remove a settler from. I'll remove mine from down here. All right, so he lost. That's the end of that. Cool. He chose the battle. Now we have to do the top one, which is this one still. And what's that? That's the blue boat down to the white thing. Move the chieftain boat to the dock with your closest boat. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then move mine. Okay, so he moves all the way over here. I move back into a fjord. Okay. That is done. It has done all of that. I think we're good. Also, he would have had actually 6 battle points, but it doesn't make a difference. We still win. All right, I feel like I had to move the God track one. It was a C, right? That's what we said. C. C should have went up by 1. Ooh, okay. I think we're good. That's the end of his turn? Yeah, that's the end of it. No, he's got to do this. N. He doesn't have N. This is the most confusing part for me, is this mat thing. Like it doesn't make sense to me. When leave action, if the enemy runes, it performs instead the enemy performs the runes action listed. So perform F, move all your docked boats to an adjacent ford. Okay, I have no docked boats. Okay, I think I'm doing that right. If it can't do this, then it takes this F It does this. Phew. I think I got it. I think I slowly figured that out. All right, let me just make sure everything looks good. Cool. My turn now. Let's boat. Let's move our boat. No, we don't want to do that. Well, no, we gotta. Oh no, we can do this. All right, let's actually get some resources. So we get 3. We'll take an ore thing. We'll take a wood and we'll take a food. Then we do have 2 ends. So we can get 3 more food. It maxes out at 7. So actually I should have only done 1 and then done that. Okay, cool. This card's turn. I don't remember what that means. So it wants to, instead of moving a settler between the adjacent islands, follow the ferry route connected to the chief's boat and place 1 enemy. So it's going to take 1 of the most and put it there. Okay, cool. Then he does the triple F thing, which he does have, or just like cancels somebody, it looks like. Remove an opponent's settler. Womp womp womp. Alright, how does he do that? Does he just pick one at random? It does not say. It does not say. Alright, so I guess I'm just going to choose one. I only have 1 to move, so I actually shouldn't really stress about that too much. So it's just going to be that. Holy cow. Okay. Let's do... Let's boat. I guess let's boat places. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going all the way out there. And then in 2 Fs we don't have... Oh, no, we do have 1 here and 1 here, right? I think this stays in line. I think even if they're in separate lines, it counts. But you have to double check me on that. I think that works. Alright, so we get to do a battle. I'm on a boat. Alright, so immediately flip the card to enter an ongoing battle. Doesn't make sense. There is no ongoing battle. So did we just not do that? I don't think we get to do that, which is fine. Immediately flip the card to enter an ongoing battle. Yeah, there is no ongoing battle. Battles on solo, from my understanding, just kind of like happen. Alright, so that's that. Cool. He's gonna boat. He's gonna go to the opposite end. 1, 2. I think he actually picks this up along the way. He does have a C. So he gets to draw 1 Viking card and then discard 1. I don't know what he does with that. Oh, so he's just going to do C instead. Remove 1 of your settlers. I don't have one. Okay. Now I get to move my boat some more. Alright, we'll move it here. And then we're going to spend 2 food to put 2 things here. 2 people. I get the C token. This goes up by 1, I think. We now have quote-unquote boots on the ground. We could do a whole Viking card thing, but there's really nothing to do there. And I think that's it. I think that's it. Now they go. They get the boat twice. 2. I think they get this. I think they deploy units, but they have no units. They would take it from the most, which is tied. So they get here, which means they get all the influence. He now has an N token. That goes up by 1. He does the C thing, which he would take one of these and move this here, right? Because he would just move a person from one to the other. That's how he works. All right. And then that's that. That's everything. So then we throw away all this. Ooh. And then we do 7 piles. 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay, there's not enough. There's only 5 piles. So I guess we shuffle and make 2 more piles. Or I messed up somewhere along the way, which is also possible. 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. All right, so then we get to do, I guess a boat. I need like building. Boating. I have 3. Building. Okay. Building. And we'll move some people, I guess. Oh, wait. What was that? Yeah, it's fine. He gets this and we shuffle it. Okay. So this is it. Last 6 cards to play. And then I'm pretty sure I lost. There's no shot I won. I feel like I've done so incredibly poorly. Okay. So we have Viking dudes out there. Let's actually build. Let's just double down on this island. So let's put Borgchild out there. So we get to build. I would like to build. Okay, I don't have as much building stuff as I thought I would. That's right. We'll build a ship. We'll build another ship. Put them in the fjord. They're good there. We have an N token down here, so we could do this bottom one, which is we just get an iron ore thing, and then we're good to go. All right, they get to go. They're gonna do the build action, and it's been so long since they built. I don't remember what they do. Let's see. Okay, the enemy does not build temples. Instead, it only builds boats from its clan mat. All right. Does not pay wood. Instead, it just places the leftmost boat from a dock. Chieftain boat dock. All right, so he hangs out in there. Okay, so he just builds a boat, and then he has the F token, so he gets 1 wheat thing, which enrages the god of the F. Okay, F god enraged. So we need to start sailing, right? We need to sail. Is that what we want? What does swap bag thing mean? Type of resource for another. Okay. All right, let's do some sailing. Let's do... Let's go there. Do I not get to like bump out his guys by putting my own down? Actually, let's go 1, 2. Let's go here. I can't remember if when I put someone down, it counts in solo that I get to knock out his guy. I assume so, right? Take that middle island. This one right here. Do I get to bump his guy out? I think I do. So we'll pay 2 food to put ours down. I'm going to bump his guy out. I think we're allowed to. And then we like own the island now. So I get to take a C. And the sea god is upset. Now we could do the bottom thing, which is swap a resource out. We'll swap one of those for one of those, right? So we swapped like the iron ore thing for one piece of wood because we might need that. Okay, cool. All right, camera, focus. This thing is driving me nuts recently. All right. He gets 2 resources. So he's... Oh, he was maxed out. I had to look up what happens when he's maxed out. I think it was actually supposed to go back to the beginning. I was supposed to lose one of that resource. Oh, well. We didn't do that. That's all right. All right, so he gains 1 here. Move the chieftain boat to the dock with your closest boat. Oh, my gosh. All right, so he goes here. He knocks out my boat. Okay, cool. That's fine. Then this one goes up to max. I have no idea what that says. Place a temple onto the island with the most enemy settlers that does not already have. Settlers move half. Hold on. All right. Place a temple onto the island with the most. He says it does not already have a temple on. So he gets to place a temple on the most enemy settlers. So it's his enemy, which is me, or is he the enemy? No, he would have to be the enemy. So he goes there. That has the most enemy settlers on it. If tied, you choose. The enemy must remove half of its settlers from the island rounded up. All right, so he removes a bunch of them. Okay, cool. Then this goes back and we lose 1 food. Okay. That goes back, we lose 1 food. All right, so then the sea thing, it doesn't have sea, so we have to remove 1 of your settlers from the chieftain boat's island. Okay. Man, that's rough. Okay, now it's our turn. We don't have a boat. Well, we have 1 boat, 1 place. 2. I want to take this island. I'm going to take this island. So if we take Arnie and we boat 3, so it's 1, 2, 3 into that boat. We can then drop a food to place 1 person there. We do a check. It's ours. So we get the other N token now. So the N goes up by 1. Then if we hit 2 Ns, which we do, we get to be a part of a battle, but we're not a part of a battle. So nothing happens really there, from my understanding. And that is that. All right, so they get 4 resources. Okay. So this one, they move the chieftain boat somewhere. Move chieftain to an island, it looks like. Move the chieftain boat across its connected ferry route to the dock on the opposite island. Okay, so he comes down here. If there's no island. Okay. It will raid a village if it lands on one. Okay, so it raids that village. It puts 2 on there, right? Well, no, because it can't. It doesn't have an amount to raid it. Food said the sale action. It doesn't have. So it raids with a 0 sale action. That's the thing. So I guess nothing really happens. Okay, I think that's fine. I think it actually should have used these 2 houses we've never really done anything with. Well, we'll hold on to them for now. I don't know when I'm supposed to use those exactly. So that was 1. That's 2. That's 3. This is 4. It increases the god F, which goes up. I think the houses would go here. So 1 would go there. He puts another boat on. So that would go there. He resets the wood, which means I lose a wood. And then this house will let him build something. Oh, God. Okay. He only builds boats. Oh, shoot. No, he wasn't supposed to build that there. He was supposed to move his boat to my closest island. Let's say there. Okay, that's what he was supposed to do there. Then he builds a boat. Because why not? Oh, so he's taking over that middle island slowly. Then with the end, which he has, he gains 2 more wheat. Holy cow. And add 1 settler from the claimant. So he adds 1 settler there. All right, cool. My turn. Oof. That is rough. I guess let's build. I have no wood though. I can't build anything with no wood. Oh my gosh, this is already so rough. We can move 2 of our settlers. So if I move 1 up there and another 1 there, that might help something. I don't know. And the 3 Fs we don't have, so we can't knock out one of his guys. All right. He goes. That he doesn't do that. Oh wait, yes he does. So instead of moving a settler between islands, follow the ferry route. So he'll move his guy down there. He places 1 onto the clan map. Okay. That is that. And then he can't do that bottom one, which means he just does F. Move all your docked boats to an adjacent ford. Okay. Okay. Cool. Oh no, he would do C, not F. He would do C. Move 1 of your settlers from the Chieftain Boat Island. If you cannot, you just remove 1 in general. That's the worst one. That C1, man, is just rough. Okay, my turn. I only have 2 cards left. So I can build or I can build. The problem is I really can't build because I have no wood. So I can take a build action and I can build nothing. I can build absolutely nothing because I did not get enough resources because I did not plan things well. And then the bottom half with an F, I get 2 wood. So at least that's something. All right. He ferries his boat across. He does this whole thing. He does not have 4 ends, so he does the F thing, which is move all your docked boats. Okay. All right. Last card. I think we're there. I still can't build anything. My only options for building would be a boat or a temple, and we have neither of those things. Man, I felt like I never got an economy going. So that's that. And then 2 C's we do have, which means we could build again, which means we can't do that. Now let's see what his last thing is. He can boat around. So he'll go to other C. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think he would go up there. I think he would actually take this and do something with that, but we'll worry about that in a second. He would take 2 of his people, go there. He gets the C, which moves this up. And then he would ferry across. I think place 1 more down there. Because why not? And I think that's it. Holy cow. I think I got smacked around really good. Like, really good. After all the Viking cards in Era 3 have been played, the game is over. The final standing amongst the gods' fury is established, and both you and the enemy score based off the runes you each have. Note the enemy may have more than 3 favor cards. Alright, so let's look at the actual how you score a game. All right, after Era 3 is completed, all players reveal their favor cards and total their scores based on their runes. Let's go. So an F and a C. The god with the most fury is the most powerful. Okay, hold on. So this one is worth 6 points, right? This god. This one's worth 5 and this one's worth 4. First god's runes. Okay, wait. All players reveal their favor cards and total their scores based on their runes. Note the positions of the 3 fury markers on their tracks. The god with the most fury is the most powerful, and the god's rune grants the most victory points for players possessing it. Second and third. Okay, so controlled island runes. All right, so he has 2 Fs, which means that's worth 12 points. Plus a 5 is 17. I have 3, 6, 11. So 17 to 11. Then cards. I have F. Wait, is that right? Oh, no. I'm reading that wrong. So he has F. So that's 6, 12. Actually, that worked out weirdly the same. So that was actually 6, 12, 17. So it's 17 that he gets off of this. I get something a little bit more, actually. I get 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 17 to 13. Okay, that works out. And then the F is the most. So I get 6 on top of it. Which is 19. And then the second most, which is another 4, which is 23. 2 more gods have eagle mat. Scores are recorded in the score mat. Flip over the error mat. Wait, is that all it works by? It's just scored off of that. So did I actually win? That seems wrong. I think I played wrong. That doesn't make any sense. Because essentially, right? So we score off the these little token things. So the F1 is the most. So it gets 6. Another 6, which brings him up to 12. And then that's the second most, which gives him a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then I have an N, which is the least amount, which gets me a 4. Another N, which gets me another 4. And a C, which gets me another 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, he doesn't have any of these cards. I don't understand how he didn't. I feel like we messed it up somewhere. Because he never... Well, no, he started a battle the one time. He just, like, never did again. Yeah, okay. So I got this card which has a double resource on it. So the F is the highest, which means I get 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the C is second highest, which means I get 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 22 to 17. And then that's it. That's all the points that are scored. So maybe I won, which I find very hard to believe, or maybe I'm very good at this game and I just don't understand the basics of it. Either or is very possible. But anyway, that's that. That's this game. Which isn't bad. When you all were talking about the iconography before, it is really rough. I guess what makes this an easier one is that he just doesn't battle that often. I don't know. He like really didn't battle that much, which is kind of weird. I feel like I missed something in there where he should have been fighting more, but he never really did for whatever reason. Is Leaf the Confused? I know, right? Very good at the game. S tier. I know, right? I'm stupidly good at this game. How are you supposed to normally start a battle? I feel like that will explain where I messed up. Because I don't even know how I was supposed to do a battle. Okay, resolve a battle. At the start of your turn, you may... Card. Player card resolve its actions. Okay, at the start of your next turn, you and your players... I still understand how you start a battle. It talks about if you win and lose a battle, which is fine. But I don't know how to start one. I feel like that's where I messed up on. Because it's just like resolve a battle. At the start of your turn, if your most recent card played, the rightmost of the card is face down. Which will only happen if you started a battle in your previous turn. I didn't start a battle. Alright, players clash and spill blood. Alright, so to start a battle, players clash, steal, and spill blood for the chance to gain favor. On your turn, place a Viking card face down. Is that just what you could do as an action? Oh yeah, I could just like legit just place down a card to start a battle. So I never did that, and that strategy paid off. You play the card, yeah, you just play a card face down. That's crazy. And I would play it face down. The AI would have just put a card down. So my strategy of never fighting as being a pacifist Viking worked out well. You get no goodies? Did I not get this? Or do I still get that? But yeah, that was interesting. Hold on, let me search run battle. Fake news. Well, hold on. This you get right away, right? The bottom half. This top half though is just for scoring, right? Yeah. These are passive runes that go to your final scoring. You immediately get this when you get the card, when you win. Okay. Luckily, we never lost the battle, so I don't know what any of that stuff does. Ugh. All right. That was rough. It wasn't bad, right? It's not a bad game. I feel like I'm just missing out. Oh, face up, get the stuff face down battle. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yes, I didn't realize that was an option, which I would have actually done. Like, was this building stuff? Is I would have played it face down, but that might have actually hurt me because I probably wouldn't have won battles. Oh boy, that weirdly worked out. But the game was fine. I think that was a fine game. You all were right about the iconography. There's just a lot going on with it, and not that I was overwhelmed, but I just felt like I was like confused a little bit. But I feel like by the end I was kind of get the hang of it. For $20, it's like not a bad game. It does take up a lot of space though. It takes up a lot of space. That's like the only downside. It takes up a lot of space, and I guess I get why the enemy can do so much stuff now, because it's a lot. But losing a battle has benefits, like the game ends faster. What was the benefits for losing? Oh wait, let's say losing. Because this was the whole like Valhalla thing, right? For some, losing the battle is a great honor, as the fallen leader will go to Valhalla. If you lose the battle, follow 2 steps. Note the active rune listed in the top left of your Viking card. You may gain the Valhalla boon. Oh, so from one of the gods, right? So you get one of the gods thing. All right, so then you can collect one village that has already been dedicated. Oh, okay. I feel like I messed up the village dedication too. And the Fury of the Gods rise. You move the Fury marker of that god up by 1 space. Okay. I get what you're saying, that it could have benefits. That does make sense. What's next? Sleep is what's next. All right. So that's that. Thank you all for hanging out and being here. There's something a little different, but it's always fun to play different things and try different games. That's always cool. I will be streaming again on Sunday, and we'll do Marvel Champions then. I don't know exactly what for Marvel Champions, but we will do Marvel Champions then. Maybe we'll do something interesting and different. See you tomorrow night? I wish. I wanted to, but I'm going to be at my in-laws, so no. I think I want to do another challenge soon. I was supposed to be having, hold on, let me make sure I don't leak anything. I may have a challenge, how we did the Valkyrie challenge last time. I may have another one set up. And let me just follow up with this. I had Villain Theory work on another deck, and he's working on Hulk going against Mojo Mania, like the campaign, all 3 of it. So I have to see if he's got that deck going and if it's set up and good. Because if he does, then that's what we'll do Sunday, is we'll see that, and I'll give myself another time limit, just like we did for the Valkyrie one. And if I lose, I'll gift out some subs. If I win, I don't know. You all gotta like and comment or something. I don't know. But anyway, we'll plan that for Sunday. At the very least, it'll be Marvel Champions, but I'm hoping it's going to be that. I have to talk to Villain Theory. This game would benefit with more Valkyrie. Fact check, true. Lots more Broomhilda would fix everything. All right, everyone. Thank you for hanging out. I really do appreciate it for hanging out here. And also, Imagine VV0. Thank you for subbing with Prime. I appreciate that as well. So, I will see you all Sunday. Check out AN Trust Pass. I will actually wait. We could do that really fast. It's on Kickstarter. We can do that right now. I got all my pages are zoomed in. Hang on. Second printing. All right, hold on. This will be the last thing we do. We'll check this out really fast. Desktop. Oh, $2 million. Holy cow. All right, so oh, this looks really familiar. I do remember this. I think I almost backed it. I remember the box looking different though. That's right. I do remember this. YouTube sound gone? Is it still gone? Let's see. It says the stream is excellent, which we know that's just not going to be the case. Hopefully it says it's still receiving sound. So hopefully you are still, or you are now. But if you can't hear me, let me know. Let me know again. But yeah, Beast Snow, I do remember this. How much is all in? What's the most to spend? All right, Mortal. Is that all in? Because the second printing copy of AN's as Trespass. on. Wait. The pledges confuse me. They confuse me too. How do I just get all in? There's a lot to this. I do remember it being a mini heavy game. What was their first time they did this? Well, they raised 1 million. That was the core group. The 5-cycle bundle puts together the content of the core game. Okay, so that was only $300. Now they're European, I guess. And now it's $295? Odysseus pledge? The 5 cycles bundle? No, it's only 3 cycles. This seems like the 5 cycles one. So it's double the price as it was the first time around. I think this one's like... Wait, where'd it go? Shoot, what'd I do with it? Yeah, I think this is the one that's the all-in one. And it's only $639. That's insane. But yeah, no, I haven't researched this. I do remember this game, though. I do remember this going on. But I mean, realistically, I would never play it. It's just, it'd be too much content. There's too many campaign games I still haven't even touched. It's cool. Like, it looks cool. But no. I want the class to choose either Odysseus or Harry. I want Aeon Trespass. You could choose one of them. I want it affordable. I want the new. I want it now. I want the classic. Interesting. Odysseus. Alright. Mortal has all the cycles. Especially for anyone who has to have all currently revealed content while also wanting to start play as soon as possible. Oh my god, this is so confusing. Fates. This push for those wanting to go all in on all season of 12 Sins Hercules. I don't know what that means. And then there's a bunch of add-on stuff. Oh. Luxury tiles. The battle mats look sweet. Holy cow. No. There's an overwhelming amount of content to this. Like, just a straight up overwhelming amount of content. So, no, that'd be a hard pass for me. Like, I mean, I remember looking at this. I do remember looking, it was really cool, and I kind of regret not backing it when it was much cheaper. But yeah, it's just, I don't see how it could be worth it. Unless you were able to sit down and actually do all the stuff, which I never would be able to. There's just no shot in that happening. So, oh well. All right. Anyway, that's that. Like I said, I will be live streaming again on Sunday, and until then, I know you like add-ons. Exactly. I would want all of it, and it looks like there is no all-in. It looks like it's just like whatever that max tier is, and then just keep adding stuff on. It'd be $1,000 by the time you're done, and there's no shot I play all of that. Like there's just, I'm so far behind on so many games right now that I don't even play. So I don't see it happening, unfortunately. I don't know if that's unfortunate or not, but I just don't see that happening. So whatever. But all right, I'll be around on Sunday. Appreciate you all hanging out, like I said, and then we'll play some Marvel Champions. It'll be good. It'll be fun. Hopefully, it'll be a challenge. And until then, I'll see you all next time. Take care, everyone.